Happy holidays, East Coasters, North Polars, South Polars, and everything in between. This is East Coast DNA. This is
Darcy Walsh.
And I'm his brother Andrew. We're cutting into our Christmas Eve today to record a quick little thank you to everybody. We don't have a full episode this week, but we're going to put out something to say thank you for, this is our 1 year anniversary now. So,
Yes.
Thank you. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. Everyone have a good holiday.
And then that's it. Goodbye.
But yeah, so a year ago we started this podcast and we decided we wanted to do a reemergence of live music post-COVID into the live world. And we ended up covering that, but that happened really fast.
Yeah, we went right into living with COVID and everything was open, so the world kind of became the new world really, really quickly too.
Yeah, exactly. And then we found a lot of people that started putting music out there during the pandemic, and now they're experiencing live for the first time. And people that were performing before the pandemic, and they're coming back in full force. So,
yeah. And once the dust settled, there was a lot of bands that kind of faded away over those couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of those started to come back through the year as well. But yeah, it's non-stop action out there now. I don't know. If you were looking for a live show and you can't find one, you're not trying hard enough.
Exactly. It's everywhere. And yeah, we started off with just audio episodes, first few episodes, and then we decided to start doing video as well. It wasn't originally the plan, but we squeezed it in there pretty quickly on. And then we started we had Glenn Jackson on as our first guest talking about Pictou Lobster Carnival last year. And then after that, it took off. It became an interview show for the most part.
Yeah, I know that I was kind of gearing towards having some video content in our early discussions, and we just didn't know what we were going to do. So, I mean, we knew we were heading that way, and we knew we would have some guests on at some point. But yeah, it was about 2 months in by the time we started doing interviews. But it did take over pretty quickly. We had so much good reaction and response from everybody, and it wasn't long before we had a lot of people coming to us looking for interviews. So it worked out really well.
Yeah, we started with Glenn just to kind of do a announcement for Lobster Carnival, and then the next one we got Andre Petitpas, who's one of the bigger people from Pictou County that we would know.
Mm-hmm.
And then right into We Should Have Been Plumbers, which is members from Like a Motorcycle. So that was a big event for us to start doing people we actually seen in show and stuff, and open for bigger bands that we know and stuff.
Yeah, we went. We towed a line somewhere between having like a little fan cast and doing like a promotion show without any real goal of doing that. I guess we set out to do 26 episodes, which we accomplished.
Yeah. Yeah.
We knew we wanted to have a little bit of a presence for Music Week, because that's where the idea of our own podcast kind of birthed from in 2021.
Yeah.
So we definitely had some exposure and coverage for that. Anyone that followed definitely is aware of that. That kind of put us over 26, but those were tied into bonus episodes.
Yeah, for sure. And then we got our first few interviews in, and then we got to Matt Steele, and I dipped out for that one because I had COVID at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And then just as we're getting the ball rolling, I got slammed with that, and then I got a neurological issue because of that, and chronic pain and fatigue. And then Darcy kind of went solo for a few interviews here and there because I was not available. But we continued on, interview after interview every 2 weeks, and we didn't miss a week this whole time.
Which is amazing. I didn't know that we would be able to accomplish that.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, life events and whatnot, they can't be avoided in a 12-month span. So,
yeah,
it was amazing that we were able to accomplish it. We obviously overall did a lot more than we originally set out to do. It opened a lot of doors and have a lot of options going into the new year, but we'll have to also see how those life events impact us as well. I know where you still have the neurological stuff impacting you. Probably not going to ramp up too much more on the podcast side itself. We'll try to keep to our bi-weekly going into the new year as well.
Yeah.
This little bonus thank you recap episode is kind of a little bonus at the end, the way the calendar worked out.
Yeah.
But it keeps us on our bi-weekly schedule kind of too. So it's nice to see for consistency. There's not a lot of shows out there that are able to keep that going.
We're taking the easy way out for to make sure we keep every 2 weeks up. And with the holidays too, it's kind of hard to get anyone say, hey, do you want to do an interview during the holidays? It just doesn't work.
Absolutely. And it would be nice to have more episodes out there, but just it's not possible with the format that we're doing. So anybody that's listening, YouTube is going to be the catch-all for any bonus content probably. It seems to be working so far, so that's probably what we'll continue to do into the new year.
Mm-hmm. And then we moved on. We episode 11, we had Maddie Grace on, who was one of the people that kind of inspired me to want to do more promoting people. Because we interviewed her back with the Jam Sessions podcast, and then with this one, we that was our first repeat person that we spoke to.
Yes, and I think that's probably going to be somebody that we repeat again in the new year. Cluttered has something coming, so we'll definitely be reaching back out to Maddie again.
Yeah, Maddie came out with some solo stuff recently. All kinds of stuff going on in the world. You could probably do a Maddie Grace podcast, and every 2 weeks have something different that Maddie's been working on.
Yeah, you got to be careful because you know that I just did all those bonus episodes. So you put an idea in my head, I might have a Maddie week, and we'll just have an episode every day, talk about a different band.
Yeah. And then we moved in the summer, and we got kind of into the hip hop side of things and some more soul-y kind of music, which up until then we were doing more alt rock and punk kind of people we were covering.
And I found this summer too, where there was a lot of live events out there. There was a lot of artists that were traveling around. That's where I started getting people stopping by the apartment more frequently.
Mm-hmm.
So that was nice. And that's also where our Instagram kind of blew up a bit because we were doing a lot of live footage.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people like to watch that apparently. So I like to go to shows and I have a phone in my hand, so it's pretty easy to maintain. So we'll keep doing that into the new year as well.
For sure. If anyone's not following us on Instagram, you should probably go check that out too.
Mm-hmm. Anyone that's subscribed to the podcast from day one but didn't follow us along on social media, the Instagram and YouTube and our Facebook group as well, getting a little bit of interaction in there.
Mm-hmm. And then as we rolled out of the summer, we started getting ready for Nova Scotia Music Week. You yourself did a pile of interviews. I did a pile of editing. And that's when I started going back to work and was more tired and sore all the time. So
yes,
it all snowballed into one big storm for me and storm for you. And I didn't make it to Music Week. Darcy did. Got lots of exposure there.
Yes, a big thank you to everyone that was there and involved with any of the little projects I had on the go. Everyone was very supportive. I had a great time up there in Sydney.
Yeah, and so if you look back, we have a pile of bonus episodes in that period.
Yeah, it's not even worth trying to list them off because that would be a whole episode of just reading a list.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And it was a lot. So coming out of that, we realized that we covered a lot of Nova Scotian musicians. Like, I'm going to, without counting them, 25 probably over a month.
Oh, yeah. The number is definitely higher than that once you count the content from the actual Music Week weekend with the.
I used to watch a lot of Prices Right. I don't like over guessing. So
yeah, and then on top of that, the extra content that we had on YouTube with we started using shorts and live shots and some of the apartment chats. Like if you add those all together, it adds up to quite a high number.
Yeah, for sure. And then, so coming out of that, we thought we should probably do a little bit of maritime hopping. So we covered Echo 7 out of New Brunswick, and then Carrie Lynn out of PEI, and then P.W. Youngtree out of Newfoundland. So we got everyone covered. Everyone's happy. Going into the next year, we'll jump into a little bit of everything again and kind of cover the maritimes.
Maybe
keep it up.
We'll try to Our coverage for some of the festivals, like for the other music groups besides Music Nova Scotia, we played around with a few different options there last year with social media. And I know they did a big one with Discord there for Music PEI last year because it was when a lot of things were still kind of locked down. Mm-hmm. So we followed it online and did some coverage through Discord, but we didn't really have an audience in there. So this year we'll keep an eye on what's going on. That one's coming up in March, the PEI's Music Week.
Yeah.
And their award show. And this year in May, Halifax will be hosting the ECMAs. So we'll definitely be keeping an eye on what's going on there. And even though try to do stuff parallel with those events, we still want to try to focus on some of the up-and-comers and not just the people that are already winning awards.
Yeah, exactly. Just cover everything. I think really our goal is to get lesser known names into people's homes and into their ears.
Mm-hmm.
And then once in a while, a bigger name to have a little fun with it and get to know someone behind the scenes.
As music fans, we cannot not have those people as well.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so that's our first year wrapped up. We started audio, went to video. Today on our thank you / year-end video, we are not on video. I'm having trouble keeping my eyes open, so it just wouldn't look good. So
I took advantage of the fact that we weren't using video. I'm sitting in direct sunlight, and I'm all laid back and relaxed this time. So,
and he didn't brush his hair. If you're picturing us, he didn't brush his hair.
No.
And I didn't style him on, so my gray is out in full effect right now. I'm very Santa looking.
Very thematic.
To close out our episode today, we are going to have music from Leone Burke, like turkey with a B, according to Darcy.
Leone, it will be a future bonus episode due to a few different situations and life events. We did not sync up with one of the bonus episodes planned before Christmas, but we will be doing something in the new year.
Yeah. So one of the tracks we're going to play from her is Let Love Fill the Room. It's the lead track from Ground Rush, and it fits into the holiday space. It was recommended by her on her own. And the other song that we're going to start with is a rare recording of The River by Joni Mitchell, which is a cult Christmas classic. And right after this, I'm going to go watch Love Actually. And that ties in nice to Joni Mitchell. So if you haven't seen that, if you haven't seen Love Actually, go watch the movie, then come back here and you'll get the reference. But if you guys want to follow us on Instagram, YouTube, we're getting lots of content up to there. We're still trying the Discord thing. We got a Facebook group. All the links are down below in the Linktree link. And we'll catch you all next year.
See you in 2023.
It's coming on Christmas and they're cutting down trees, putting up reindeer and singing songs of joy and peace. And I wish I had a river that I could skate away on. But it don't snow here and it stays pretty green. Gonna make a lot of money, then I'm gonna quit this crazy scene. And I wish I had a river that I could skate away on. And I wish I had a river so wide I'd teach my feet to fly. And I wish I had a river that I could skate away on. 'Cause I made my baby cry. You tried hard to help me, put me at ease. And you loved me so naughty and made me weak in my knees. And wish I had a river that I could skate away on. I'm so hard to handle, I'm selfish and sad, and I lost the best baby that I ever had. And I wish I had a river that I could skate away on. And I wish I had a river so wide I'd teach my feet to fly. I wish I had a river that I could skate away on. 'Cause I made my baby say goodbye. And it's coming on Christmas and they're cutting down trees, putting up reindeer and singing songs of joy and peace. And I wish I had a river that I could skate away on. God, I wish I had a river so wide I'd teach my feet to fly. And I wish I had a river that I could skate away on. 'Cause I made my baby say goodbye. Loneliness is a mystery I don't want to solve. Togetherness in our history is all that I want. We're here for some much needed carrying on. Raise glasses to glory in the rising sun. Shine up some stories I missed you. It's been too long. So let love fill the room like the softest veil. Take the edge off the wrecking room. Might be the usual suspects or